Hello friends, and welcome to our day 20 of Movein10. We've only got 11 days left. I cannot believe it. It's gone so quick. I hope you have been enjoying all the sessions and you have been playing catch-ups if you haven't managed or if you've been busy. So today I want to talk to you about a very important connection, which is the breath and movement. I don't know if you've ever heard about the saying, where your energy goes, your body flows. It's a very true statement. Think about it. Breath and movement is a very deep connection where it's like an energy source. If you think about the energy source in our body, in anything that's living, we have energy. Energy travels. So wherever you put the emphasis and focus into it, your body flows towards it. So that's why we use gaze or engaging our gaze and also engaging our breath into things in order to focus the energy source and channel it towards it. So think about it in that sense. In yoga, we have a breath, either inhalation or exhalation, for every single pose. Now sometimes it changes depending on which pose we're into, particularly the warriors or hip openers or closing poses have different type of breath work. But generally in yoga, any yoga pose or movements or flows that is expanding or lengthening, you inhale into, and any pose that you are folding or you're twisting or you're closing, you normally exhale into. That's the general. So as I said, there are some exceptions, but that is a general fact. So when you think about all the inhalations that we do when we are opening up, you know, so with the arms extended to the above, or if you are opening and lengthening a pose, or if you are doing an upward facing dog, those back bends, they're all require an inhalation. And all the poses like folds, like child pose, poses that we try to deepen into in yin yoga particularly, those require deeper and longer exhalation. So we're going to do some of those poses together in order to remind ourselves which one we inhale to, which one we exhale. And also I'm going to then talk about the ujjayi breathing, which is a very important and connective breath. One thing before we start also, the ujjayi breathing, the importance of that is because it creates an energy force in our body. It's not only lengthening the breath and it has a calming effect to our body, but it also has an energizing effect. So it does two things at the same time. And the other aspect of our breath work is to create a conscious breath work into our movement, to go inwards, which is something I always talk about. Breathing with intention, conscious breathing. So those things we want to bring into our everyday practice. So let's get onto our mat, just standing at the front of your mat as close as you can, and we're going to inhale and exhale as we do the sun salutation. So inhaling into it, lifting your arms, opening up, lengthening, exhaling and folding. Inhale, half exhale, grab your mat and jump up or step back. Inhaling into your chaturanga and exhaling into your downward dog. In your downward dog, I always ask for you to hold the pose for about 3 to 5 breaths. Ideally 3 to 5, but if you can lengthen it, it would be fantastic. This eventually becomes your resting pose, particularly in Ashtanga. If your heels don't reach the ground, don't be too fussy about it. It will come. That could be from the tightness of your ankles. So what you could do, you could always bring your belly towards your knees because you want to lengthen that spine. Holding the pose for connected breathing. And then at the end of your next exhalation, you bring yourself into your stepping or jumping forward. Inhale, looking forward, exhale, folding forward. Inhale, bring it up, into your nice gentle back bend, exhaling into your Samastheti. Okay, so some of the other poses, for example, in our sat down poses, we have a lot of, for example, twisting. Let's do the twist, for example. Extending your right leg, bringing your left foot attached to your right thigh. Inhale as you're lengthening. Exhale as you twist and you allow your body to fold towards that extended leg. Again, inhale. In your inhalation, you always open up. In your exhalation, you either twist or fold. So twisting in your exhalation. Sometimes if you hold the pose, you always hear the instructor saying inhale and exhale. So in your twist, you might also do an inhalation to bringing that spine into a straighter line. And then in your exhalation, you always try to deepen that pose. So try this at home and see how that feels. When you connect the breath to the movement, everything changes. Everything flows with a lot more ease and comfort. And you also allow your mind and your body to entwine. And that's where the yoga is so beautiful, because you go inward. You connect to the inside, to the soul, and allow the soul to become awakened. So think about it for every pose that you do. Some of the other poses, for example, let's talk about Trikonasana, your triangle pose. If you want to go into your triangle pose, you take a nice and deep inhale. Back foot is 45 degrees to the front. Right foot is towards the front of the mat. You take a nice and deep inhale. You open. Then you exhale. You allow your body to fold to the side. Sometimes your instructor might say to you, hold the pose. Take another inhale. So you try to lengthen. You open that chest. You expand, and then into your exhalation, you allow your body to go a little deeper. With your next inhalation, you push into your right foot, you bring yourself out of the pose, and as you exhale, you go into your counter pose. In your inhalation, you come back. In your exhalation, you close. You take a deep inhale as you lengthen. As you exhale, you fold into your pyramid pose. So as you see, the connection between the breath and movement is undeniable. And now I want to go through the Ujjayi breathing with you. Let's take a seat for this. So get into your comfortable seated position, either cross-legged or you can sit on your heels, whichever is comfortable. The Ujjayi breathing is connecting your breath and allowing you to go inward. It's a very calm and long and lengthy breathing, but it also has the effect of heat and energy, and is otherwise known as breathing like the sound of the ocean, but with the energy of fire. Because you create a little heat, but at the same time, it's calming your nerve system. So, to do the Ujjayi breathing correctly, I want you to just bring 2 fingers in this little section in the bowl of your throat, so that you feel the contraction here. So in your inhalation and exhalation, which is all through the nose, you inhale and you feel the gentle tightness in the back of your throat. As your lung is, your rib cage is flaring up. And then with your exhalation, I want you to breathe out with strength, feeling the tightness of the back of your throat. When you do that, you hear this gentle, soft roll of sound, which is coming from the back of your throat. That's caused because you've tightened the back of your throat. And that sound is the rhythmic sound, which also is otherwise known as the sound of the ocean. So do this together a few times. You can close your eyes if you're comfortable with it. How does that feel? Do you feel calmer? Can you feel the connection with your nervous system, allowing your body to calm, generating a little heat, feeling the sound of the ocean, hearing the sound of the ocean you're creating with your own energy, your own breath, your own body. It's all connected. So allow every breath in your yoga to follow with the same pattern. Breathing with intention, moving with conscious breathing. Not just on the mat, as I always say, live your life with intention, with conscious breathing. Allow your body to find stability and strength and energy through everything that you do. Have a wonderful day, my friends. Tomorrow we're going to go a little deeper into breath work. We're going to start doing some pranayama together. Have a lovely, lovely day at peace. Namaste.